Long, narrow living rooms are some of the trickiest spaces to design. They're awkward, they're unbalanced, and if you've ever walked into one and thought, where the heck's the furniture supposed to go? You're not alone. Hey everyone, I'm Leslie Myrick, interior designer and business coach. I design personality-driven forever homes for professional families in the Middle Georgia area and beyond. Long, narrow living rooms are often the result of an older home layout or a quirky renovation, and they don't naturally lend themselves to those magazine-perfect setups. You know the ones: symmetrical sofas, centered coffee tables, a fireplace where it's supposed to be. Yeah, that is not what you're working with here. But here's the good news. Long and narrow doesn't have to mean cramped or chaotic. With the right layout, a strong point of view, and thoughtful design, you can make this kind of space feel intentional, inviting, and tailored to the way you live. At Leslie Myrick Interior Design, we work with clients all the time who are stumped by funky floor plans, especially in historic homes where character is abundant, but modern functionality not so much. And solving these challenges is our favorite kind of design puzzle. So if you're wondering how to decorate a long, narrow living room, you're in the right place. I've got 5 tips for you. Tip number 1, divide and conquer. Create intentional zones that make your space work harder and feel more relaxed. A long living room doesn't have to be treated as one long living room. Try thinking of it as 2 or even 3 purpose-built areas. So a sectional with a media setup can anchor one end, the other end could be a reading nook, a play space, or even have a little work from home corner over there. We often use area rugs and a well-placed console table to subtly signal that this is a different zone from this. Tip number 2 is to float your furniture. So in narrow rooms, it's tempting to shove all your furniture against the walls to create space, but that's actually the fastest way to make your room feel like a hallway. Instead, anchor your main seating area away from the walls. Floating your sofa across the room's width helps visually widen the space and defines a purposeful layout. Add a slim console behind the sofa to balance out that view from the other side. Tip number 3 is to soften your lines. This is where you gotta bring on the curves because long rooms have strong sight lines that can feel rigid fast. You can counteract all those straight edges with a few well-placed curves. So think round coffee tables, circular mirrors, a pair of sculptural armchairs that soften the flow. Not only do they add visual interest, they help slow the eye down. And that's key in a narrow space where everything tends to lead your gaze in one long linear direction. Tip number 4 is to use rugs to define your spaces because they are one of the easiest and most beautiful ways to create visual structure in a long space. So one large rug under your main seating area, a different rug for your secondary space. And listen, don't overthink it. They don't have to match, but they should speak the same design language. So find a shared tone, texture, or a pattern that complements without competing. Tip number 5 is to embrace vertical space. When floor space is tight, you want to design upward. Narrow living rooms can feel a bit cramped, especially if your ceiling isn't particularly high. So we love to use vertical elements to draw the eye up, like tall bookcases, oversized art, elongated wall sconces. These choices create balance and add a sense of grandeur to even the trickiest proportions. And if you've got windows in this room, hang those drapery rods well above the window frame. Long curtains make the whole room feel more open and architectural. If you've got a long, narrow living room that's driving you nuts, you don't have to figure it out alone. At Leslie Myrick Interior Design, we take those tricky spaces and turn them into bold, beautiful rooms that actually work for your real life. If you're ready to make your room feel fresh, functional, and totally you, let's talk. Inquire to start your project at lesliemyrick.com.